Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Wood, journalist at Africa Print and Sign Africa, and I'll be interviewing Printing SA's president, Leal Wright, regarding Printing SA's current operations, the level of assistancy association, which is celebrating its 110th anniversary this year, has offered during COVID-19, as well as plans for the future. So welcome, Leal.
Thank you, Matthew. Good to be here.
So how has the past year's global pandemic and civil unrest affected the way you operate as Printing SA?
Yeah, I think, really it's affected us in much the same way it's affected organizations around the world. And obviously the most immediate effect was that our staff had to start working from home. So there's a lot of logistical work to arrange to make sure that they could connect in and that we could get to this new way of working. But we've been doing that for a while, on and off, and I guess we're getting quite used to it. In terms of our operations, definitely the training courses that we offer were the most impacted. Our tradition has been to run these courses around the country in person, and students have come to our various centers. So initially we couldn't have any training, but then we successfully moved to online learning and to platforms such as Google Classroom. And then it was also interesting that we then discovered we had the possibility to offer our consulting services remotely, which obviously increases the productivity of our chamber staff because they don't have to travel. And we also had the opportunity of offering them throughout the country from our best experienced consultants, wherever they might be based. So yeah, probably a combination of some challenges, but some opportunities as well.
See, and what level of assistance has Printing SA offered to its members and its staff in light of this global phenomenon?
Yeah, Matthew, we've had to offer a lot of assistance, and perhaps I should say that we've been asked by members for a lot of assistance. And this started right from the lockdown, the hard lockdown, and has continued onwards, through the various lockdown levels. During the hard lockdown, it was really assistance with applying for essential services accreditation. Many of our members qualified because they were involved in perhaps medical or pharmaceutical printing, and then definitely a lot of them were involved in food packaging. But it was quite a learning curve, and we were able to help our members to apply and get their accreditation. Then there was also the TERS payments. That was also something that had to be monitored carefully by our members, make sure that they were putting in their reports. And so we offered frequent advice and updates on the situation there. And then there was also guidance needed in terms of industrial relations queries. Obviously, there were problems arising with moving to short staff, and some members would have been more seriously impacted. So there were a number of problems that our members approached us to. So those were sort of examples of some of the significant assistance. And apart from that, we maintained a high level of online communication, just giving updates to our members. And I think it really showed the benefit of an organization such as ours. When things are going very smoothly, people tend to wonder why they need an organization. When things get tough and they turn to it for help, one gets to see the real benefit.
Thanks. And what is management's plan for the next 5 years that will see Printing SA continuing to be a relevant organization for the members and the sector as a whole?
Yeah, there's actually so much. There's so much to do and so much that is needed. Training is our number one priority. It has been for quite a while. We invest heavily in it, and we have an amazing suite of training courses. Some of our more recent modules are now attracting international students who are able to log in from around the world, and that's very satisfying for us to see that the feedback that we get from those overseas students. But we'll definitely continue on this path. It's been upgraded all the time. We work closely with our members and also with the CETA, the Sectorial Training Authority, to make sure that they're current to the needs. And as you probably know, printing is changing all the time. Digital printing is coming in strongly. So there is always a need for training and retraining. Secondly, we find that our members continue to ask for consulting advice on an array of business issues. And going forward, we expect that this will continue. And an area we see particular increase will be on environmental and sustainability issues. As an industry, we are obligated under the new legislation to monitor and control our waste emissions and our creation of waste. And that requires us to be in the lead there and to also advise our members on how to participate. And we also assisted with the Popeye Act, which has impacted on a number of members. So that just gives you an example of current areas, and there will no doubt be more going forward. So we'll continue to support as much as possible. Obviously, we've recently had the unrest and the lootings in KZN, Gauteng, and in one area of assistance, there has been support from the provincial governments for companies that have been affected. So where that did affect our members, we were able to advise them on how to access that support. And there's also a great and ongoing need to represent our industry. There's an array of government and non-governmental organizations. They include bodies such as the Chamber of Commerce, our training, CETA, the Department of Trade and Industry, and ITAC, which quite often looks at surcharges or applications for surcharges or anti-dumping duties. So it's a relatively unglamorous area, but it's an area where the industry does need to be heard. So we continue to keep ourselves abreast of what's happening there and to make sure that our members are telling us what they would like us to be saying when we represent them at these bodies. So that's probably is the sort of the four ways that we will continue to, I think, be very viable in the next 5 years and beyond.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Leal. Catch the latest printing and signage news on www.africaprint.com or www.signafrica.com. Stay safe and bye for now.
Thank you.